Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. I'm Ann. That's Kyle. We're here to talk about real estate in downtown Chicago. We both work for Baird and Warner in the near north neighborhood right on Michigan Avenue, and we love to chat about what's going on in real estate. Right, Kyle?
Yep. Good morning, everyone.
I know, I was really fast there. So last week we promised you that we would talk about Lakeview condos and what happened to the condo market in Lakeview. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We'll pepper in a couple of good stories, and Kyle's got some great condo information to share with us.
Yeah.
Anything else before we start?
That's all I got. I'm excited for this conversation.
Yeah, this is going to be good. Let me bring my notes over so I'm ready to talk here. Okay, and then of course I'm going to.
Wow, that's a lot of sales. Our names and everything.
Yeah. I want everybody to see everything. So here's the deal. We looked at almost 20,000 condos in the last 10 years to put this study together. So this is something, folks, that nobody else has out there. Nobody's gone to the depth to look at this, to really understand about what's happened to the condominium market in downtown Chicago. So share this with your friends. Keep it in mind as you're thinking about making a purchase, or if you're in a condo and think you may be selling, this will be good information for you to know. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So now this did include condos, co-ops, and townhomes. We did all attached, not just condos. And the biggest thing we found is it's not one market, it's two. That's the kicker here, right? So stick with us as we go through this. All right. 3 numbers. You can know the whole market in 3 numbers.
Yep.
505,000 median sales price.
Wow. From when we started doing this, it's even up dramatically, because it hadn't risen appreciably until these last few years, and 7 days on market before they sell. People, right. Lakeview used to take a while to sell. Not anymore.
No.
39
and the
days.
median sales versus asking, 101.5.
Oh,
that's the
incredible.
Median. Yeah. So really wild stuff here. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. For 4 straight years, Lakeview prices were going nowhere. Notice 2016 and 2019, 350,000.
Yeah.
And then boom, it took off. And today it's 505,000 is your median sales price for an attached property in Lakeview.
You know, people ask me why it's taken off so much. There are many reasons that Chicago has become a hot market, but one of them is there's no inventory. And so what exists becomes more valuable.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's really,
absolutely right.
People are trying to understand what's the difference. There's so many good things happening in Chicago that are Chicago specific. Taxes haven't really gone down. People always blame property taxes for how poorly the market is done. But it's really that there's not a lot to sell. And the stuff that is selling is, we've got larger apartments than other markets. We've got all these beautiful lake, and people are really appreciating our city. So yay, Chicago.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Now, one of the things to know is this is not a property mix trick. We were tracking identical buildings, same thing. And the thing to know is that 2 bedrooms rose about 8% in value last year and 9% so far this year. That's incredible. We have never seen appreciation like this in Chicago, folks. Never. Okay. In 2019, a buyer had 5 weekends to think about whether or not they wanted to buy a property. They had time to think about it, see how it felt, try it on for size in their heads. Now
look at other things, make sure it wasn't the only one out there. Really do their due diligence. No.
1 weekend, folks. You've only got 1 weekend to figure out if you want to buy the property. And
you sort of want to be in first because you want to get your offer in right away. Maybe tempt them to take it without looking at other offers.
Right. And the other thing too, Kyle, 7
Mm,
days is from the time it hits the market MLS until the time it goes off. So that includes negotiating time, right?
yes. Oh,
Until
yeah.
they decide we're under contract. So
It also includes, which I find, because I look at what the contract date is. Sometimes it'll say it's been on the market for 5 days or 7 days. And I look at the contract date. They put it, because we have to put that into the document. It's 2 days. So
yeah,
it's really from when the MLS has been updated, which is,
right.
so it's probably shorter than 7 days.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now we're going to get into some fascinating stuff. This is what the whole show is built on today, folks. And
Yes.
that is the difference between mid-rise and walk-ups versus high rises. And Kyle and I have known this was going on. We've talked about it and talked about it based on the clients and what our clients are asking for. But this is the first time we've really had a slide and data to point out the difference. And so what this slide is showing us is that high rises appreciated 20% in the last 10 years, while mid
Good.
rises and walk ups up 55 to 59%.
Can we show my property, my first one?
Yeah.
Let's cut to that. So this is 3531 North Wilton Avenue, number 4. And yes, there's a typo in this. It's right now under contract, 4 days on market. The list price is $649,900,000. So $650,000. Let's just be honest, people. We don't know the contract price. We won't know until it closes. But if it went under contract that quickly, it's probably close at or above that price.
650 mark. Right. Right.
650. It closed in 2023. The last sale was for 535,000 with 7 days on market. Okay. And it closed before that in 2017. 2027 hasn't happened, people. 2017 for $505,000. Again, 7 days on market. And the place has not been improved. It is exactly the same. There may be some, fixes. It is the same condo over the course of those years. Paint jobs are a little different. This is the current listing. Okay. Note to everybody, if you have 3 children sleeping in one room, for pictures, take out some of the beds. It tells the story of, I have too many children in this tiny apartment.
And I'm desperate to sell. Although in this market,
Yeah.
they're getting their price. Who's getting who?
So this is an 1,800 square foot condo. The monthly which is why people love this. The monthly assessment is $167, and the taxes are just about $11,500. There are 4 units in the building, 4 stories, 4 units, and they share I think they share the rooftop.
And there is no elevator?
Of course not. No.
Well, sometimes there are, like in West Town, they have some, or they're near West Side. But
No.
I want y'all to think about this a minute. 3 children sleeping in one room, babies. They're on the 4th floor in a walk-up.
Yeah. And somebody's going to pay
God bless them.
$650,000 for the pleasure
Of walking up 4 flights of stairs. Holy moly.
Well, it's because that's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. And what'd you say? How many bedrooms again? 2?
Yeah. No,
Just
it's gotta be. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it's 1,800 square feet. And it has 1 garage spot. The prior listing showed the garage spot. It's perfectly nice.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's a lot of stairs. And it's stairs to get even into the building. Strong legs. Okay, that's all I have for this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's go back. So, but did you hear the assessments, folks? $167. Now, in my mind, that's ridiculously low because you're not even putting money in reserves at $167 a month.
No, but what they're doing And what we say to each of our buyers who buys into a building like this is pay yourself into an account for the special assessment that will come up, because they're managing all the projects by special assessment. So
Right,
pay
right,
yourself and create a reserve fund for you so that you're ready when the time comes.
right.
I
Absolutely.
mean, absolutely, because there are only going to be 4 people, 4 owners to take care of that building. And so you're all going to split by, some portion that has been, sometimes the top one pays a little bit more because it's the more valuable unit. I don't know. So, but you've got to pay yourself, or else you're going to be in trouble when that first big project hits.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So Kyle showed us one, but there were actually 5,062 Lakeview condos that sold twice this decade. So we know exactly what every single one made. And the orange bars, that's
Mhm.
20 to 2019 to 2019 to 2021. And 1 in 5 owners in those years took a loss. Okay.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. But today, fewer than 1 in 50 takes a loss on their property, okay?
Wow.
Um, and, I think that was COVID or right before COVID when people were, like,
Yeah.
wanting to get out. But, yeah, those who held their properties were smart. Okay, here is another interesting finding, folks. This is one that other agents are gonna argue with us about.
Hmm.
And that is they think certain neighborhoods, like, are more, what do I want to say, sought
Hotter.
after than
Hotter.
others, more hot. More
Yeah.
hot. Yeah. No, like all the different neighborhoods, Wrigleyville, Southport Corridor, West Lakeview, East Lakeview. If you go unit to unit, there's not one neighborhood that's appreciating more than another. If you look at the same size, same age, same building type, there's really no difference across all of Lakeview.
Interesting. That's such an interesting point. And I guess because they all started at different points and they all have the people who love it, there are certain people who just have to live in Wrigleyville, and other people who are like, I will live anywhere but Wrigleyville. So,
Yeah.
it's, yeah, that's very interesting. I believe you. I, for one, believe you.
Well, it's the statistics. I didn't do it.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay. But now, if you look at it differently, if you look at
Uh-huh.
it, the appreciation of 2 bedrooms, you'll see Southport Corridor actually started lower.
Hmm.
You with me?
Yes.
10 years ago, people didn't embrace Southport Corridor like they do today. So it
I,
appreciated 71%, but as 2 bedrooms went, it isn't necessarily the most expensive neighborhood in Lakeview.
I'm going to say that I wonder, Southport Corridor has had more tear downs and builds of these 3 to 4 unit, 4 to 6 unit buildings. And so I wonder if some of the housing stock has changed from converted, some of these wood frame ones to some of the more expensive new. So I wonder because there's much more construction gone on in Southport Corridor over the last
That's a really
decade.
good point. Yeah, and
And
I think I
Wrigleyville
would agree
too.
with you with that, right.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of
All
those
of it.
brand new walk-ups were
Yeah.
built there. Absolutely. Um, the other thing that I've seen happen, and I don't have a statistic, is one thing I don't have, is when 20 years ago, when I was selling, nobody wanted a duplex down. It was
Everyone
not
wants one now. Everyone wants
everybody
one.
wants one now, right?
Yes.
Yes. They were like, "Nope, I don't wanna see anything on the first floor." Then they realized they were getting lots of good square footage cheap in that duplex down, and then as people were building, and what brought this to mind was you were talking about Southport Quarter, as these builders were building them, they were building nice high ceilings and good windows in that lower level so that they didn't feel so basement-y, right, as some of the
Yeah.
old duplex downs.
And more
Yeah.
than that, a lot of these are young families and they don't want to lug a stroller and a baby up 4 flights or 3 flights or 2 flights.
Like on Wilton.
Yeah. Yeah, my God.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
anyway, every sub area west of Halsted is up 55 to 71%. But look at East Lakeview. And of course, that's like bugging out on me
Interesting.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but we all know why East
Yep.
Lakeview is home of the smaller condos, right?
Well,
So
isn't East Lakeview also the home of 3,600
yeah,
Lakeshore Drive? The
3550 Lakeshore, 3950 Lakeshore.
No. I'm talking about the ones that were built in the mid 60s that have a
Mhm.
ton of little, the ones
Yeah.
that are mid-century, not the older buildings, but those 3,200 Lakeshore,
Yeah.
the value of those has risen, but not as much because they're buildings with 300 units.
Right.
I'm talking about those buildings. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about too.
Oh, okay.
3950
Good.
Lakeshore is a
Yeah.
beautiful example of that.
Yeah.
That hasn't done much at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, here we go, folks. Okay. So we
Yeah.
looked at 20,000 listings, every remark, every field, and we wanted to find out what buyers actually paid for. So we would take all of the different variables and hold them the same and see what in-unit laundry meant. What did a balcony do for your value, etc. And so check this out. In fact, I'm going to even make this bigger. Oh, wait. Let me go back. You got to see it all.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Nothing gave you a higher appreciation than in-unit laundry.
Yes.
Kyle, doesn't surprise you, does it?
I tell people it can move $100,000. In some of the
How many of your
buildings,
clients this year were okay with no in-unit laundry?
not many. And many of them said that was the one. I don't want to even see a place that doesn't have in-unit laundry.
Yeah. So that's why we see such appreciation in this one amenity.
Yeah.
Balcony, penthouse, roof deck. Yeah, those are big deals. I guess, wouldn't you say the trend there is outdoor space? And I guess if you compare it to things like exposure or whatever, or even parking included, outdoor space was the other critical priority people had. And that drove the price of those units up.
I still think that people like a lake exposure, especially if you're near the lake. They will punish a west view if you're on Lakeshore Drive.
Absolutely, no question. We're going to get to that slide in a second.
Yeah.
But if you and then you know how I love vintage historic properties, but if you tout vintage property or estate, you get punished.
I know.
Punished.
Well, because people don't want to do a project. Yeah. Keep going. Yep.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about east and south. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. East and south is more important than how high up you are in the building. Meaning you're better off having an east view on a lower floor or a south view on a lower floor than
a west view on a higher floor. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What it really is for most of my people is the quality of the light. People want light. And so even if it's a north view, if it's not blocked and they get a lot of light, they don't care. They're happy.
Right.
Yeah. But east and south is guaranteed light. Much more guaranteed. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk renovation a second. And this goes to your slides again. So if you take a property that sold twice within the 10 years and they did a renovation.
They didn't.
That one didn't, I know.
Yeah, but the second one did. Yes.
You would make 50%.
Yeah.
In appreciation.
I apologize. We have later for slide 11, we have a unit that flipped, but we'll just keep going. Yeah.
Well, we can go to that as soon as we just mention this
Keep
slide.
going. Keep going.
If it was rented, let's see, annual appreciation, if it was untouched,
Mhm.
was 4.2%.
Wow.
And if
Yeah.
it's an estate sale, it went down 21%. So condition still matters.
Yeah.
And now this is towers we're talking about, remember here. It's with the towers. So you want me to bring up the next one?
Let's see what the next one is. Yeah. Oh, no. The one after that. So so I went through and tried to find a unit that had been renovated recently. So in 2024, the guy who bought 3660 North Lakeshore Drive, number 3513, bought it for $425 and then flipped it in 2025. And these are the improvements. Let's go through them. So this is look at that, 2024 view. Obviously a tenant. 2025, nothing done to the living room.
Okay.
They didn't have to do anything. They did nothing.
Lovely view. This
is where they invested. 2024 kitchen. 2025 kitchen. This is the bedroom. You see carpeting and a popcorn ceiling. Floors and de-popcorn the ceiling. You would be surprised how many people focus on a popcorn ceiling.
Oh, they hate it. They hate it. Every buyer I have figures out how to get rid of a popcorn ceiling.
They did nothing to the bathroom. 2024, 2025.
Okay. Better photos.
Slightly better photo and a little fold to the tissue.
Right. Oh, golly.
Second bedroom, again, popcorn ceiling, floors.
Boy, do you see that view too out those windows.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
Photography.
At some point, they're going to build another tower. So that's going to kill that building. 2024, second bath. 2025, nice. They redid the second bath. So that's what we've got. So it tells the story of how it went from 425 to 505. Those investments, floors, kitchen, and updated the bath. It was desperate to get it.
Huh. I'd love to know what they spent on that. They didn't use top of the line materials. I mean, the materials they used were perfect.
They used perfectly acceptable, because that floor doesn't look, it looks to be a maybe a vinyl, or it's whatever.
Yeah, LVT. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So let's go to our next slide. Okay. So the cost of owning is the quiet story, folks. Nobody puts this in the listing photos, and that is the assessment. Median assessment is up 55% in this decade, like double inflation. Big buildings now average $836 a month. That's an average.
The big buildings have staff, and the staff is all unionized, and labor costs have risen. Energy costs have risen, and labor for projects have risen. So I'm just telling you that this is inflation. This is rising prices of people. And you'll feel that more in the high rises because we have people. So much of your assessment is people. But you can see it even in the
question. Go ahead.
No.
Well, what I was going to say is, people have recognized that if you pay a lower assessment, you can afford to spend more money for your walk-up. So walk-ups have appreciated significantly. I guess part of the question I would have is, if you look at since high rises have not appreciated so much, what would your total all-in cost be by paying less for a high rise, higher assessment? We'll have to do that on a future show.
Yeah. So one of the things, though,
ago, but
one of the things that I advise people to think about as they're trying to decide between a high rise, a mid rise, a walk up, is in a high rise, you have a ton of people and a board that manages the business of running the building. So you've got a management company and you've got a board overseeing this. In a mid-size and walk up, it's, very few people, and you're likely to be one of them who has to be part of the management of the building. Now, a walk up generally has 2, 3, or 4 other people owning, other entities owning, and you have to get along with them. The nice thing about a high rise is I don't have to get along. I can be neutral to ignoring people and not have to deal with them all the time. In a walk up, if you don't really like your neighbor, it's going to be fraught when you have a problem that has to be solved as a group.
yes.
So you've got to be somebody who, and here's another thing. People say, oh yeah, I'm perfectly happy to help with, the upkeep because somebody's got to shovel the sidewalk. Somebody's got to do the plantings. If for $136, you don't have a contract for somebody to make the building look beautiful.
Right.
So owners have to do that. And really what happens is one owner, it all falls to one owner because the other owners are like, well, he'll do it or she'll do it. So I just want you to know that it's like owning a home with lazy children who refuse to help.
That's a good analogy. Oh my gosh.
I mean that in a loving way. But anyway, keep going.
Okay. All right. So time to move on to the next slide. Here we go. Okay. This fascinated me. You know how people say, should I wait till spring to sell or not? March to April contracts netted more, like $10,000 to $13,000 more than in the fall.
So I'm going to say that is absolutely true for 2024 to 2019. Right now, every week is May.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are so desperate. People are shopping right now. People are shopping. People will be shopping next week. People are shopping in October. We have no inventory. Every month is March, April, May right now.
No question about it. I'm not even going to go into this. Can I just, no, let's go to your condos. Let's go to your condos.
Here's the other one. I wanted to compare. Compare and contrast. These are 2 condos. Hold on, let me pull them up. That are about the same price. No, they aren't. They're different prices. So they're different, but they're about the same size. So
okay.
This is 3834 North Jansen to my left and 3750 North Lakeshore Drive to my right. And one's a condo and one is a co-op. So they're different.
Yeah. Right.
So 3834 North Jansen, number 3 is
right in the Southport corridor there in Lakeview.
And it's sold in May for $799,000. These are sold ones. Okay. Very pretty. So it's 1,800 square feet. It's 1,800 square feet. The assessments are $225. The taxes are $13,259. However, they don't have a homeowner's exemption. People, get your homeowner's exemption. What are you doing? Anyway, here we go. It's very attractive. There's one garage spot. There's some outdoor space. Charming. Okay. So that is, but it's far from the lake. Jansen, you're not close to the lake, but you're close to the Southport Court. You've got all sorts of great things. Lakeview, as we went over last weekend, so many great things. This is 3750 North Lakeshore Drive, which is across the road, across the highway, outer drive from the Waveland Golf Course, from, what's the name of it? Excuse me, what do they call Waveland now? Maravitz. And the Waveland tennis courts. And running paths. So This sold for 420, which was actually 21,000 over asking price. Sold in 20 days. And its monthly assessment is, let's just make sure that total is the total. Okay. They didn't do the math for me. Oh, so it is. It's $1,935 a month. So $1,935 a month, but it includes taxes. So big space. It is 1,600 square feet also, but it's nice. I mean, beautiful north view, nice dining room.
This is the building too that has that beautiful pool in the lobby.
So here's the bathroom, a cute little vintage bathroom made adorable.
There it is. I love that. Actually, it's below lobby. I mean, the photo's taken from the lobby level looking down. It's so cool.
No, it's got a lot going for it, but think about that. So, yes, you pay more per month, but the taxes are lower. So you are paying 13,000 for Jansen. You're paying 6,000 for Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah.
And you're getting all this staff, and you get, the park right there. So there are many good things. The value is better on Lakeshore Drive. That's all I got.
Which is interesting because historically Lakeshore Drive was the place to be. Yeah, that's a great value. I love that you compared that.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
What else we got? We're running out of time. What else do we have?
Well, I do have other stuff. FYI, I don't know if you remember, my 1720 Michigan closed this week. We sold, and I cannot believe we didn't have an appraisal problem. The unit directly below us sold for $550.
Mm-hmm.
We sold for $620 within 6 months.
Yes. They're not doing anything. They know the values are rising. It's very rare that we get an appraisal. Yeah.
And then here's the other one. This is a sad story, folks. I'm going to whine a little.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm going to whine. Okay. 25, 29 Shakespeare shows under contract. My clients were not the winners.
Ugh.
In one weekend, 40 showings. And let's see if I can pull this up. Oh, no, I can't because I'm doing it on the wrong screen. Okay. Here it is. Can you see the photos?
Yes.
Let me look and see what you can see because I don't know if you can see what I can see.
I can see it.
Okay. So let me scroll through the pictures.
We can't see the pictures yet. Here you go. You're going to go through there. Yeah. Cute.
So here's the thing, though. It was priced at $699. They don't tell you square feet because I swear it would only be like 1,400.
Yeah.
There's no coat closet. Kids are here. See the front door there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you get. And then this bathroom is on the first floor.
Okay.
Here's the little kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the kitchen looking to the little eating area. And then you've got the backyard. Okay.
Uh-huh.
No family room. It's short. The other houses next to it extend another 10 feet. Cute backyard. I'll give you that.
Uh-huh.
No basement. And
Uh-huh.
in fact, there's a door in between the dining room and the kitchen that you open up, and you've got like a 4-foot drop because there are no stairs there and the gangway's too tight. You can't even add the stairs. Here's the second floor. Primary, small. Front bedroom, small. Middle bedroom, even tinier. With one tiny little bath upstairs.
Are the next owners going to do a big extension?
They would have to, but here's the thing. The attic, I'm going to get rid of this. The attic isn't even a full attic. It's got like triangles in it, so you can't even store anything in there. And there's no basement. So there's nowhere to go without, and from everything I know, you're looking at $350 a square foot. So here's the thing. You add 1,000 square feet 350,000, that would be a cheap addition, right?
Uh-huh.
But you're
Yeah.
at $1 million and you still don't have an attic or a basement.
Yeah.
So my people went way over list price
Uh,
by a lot and still lost. But it's just, and you know what? I don't mean to sound like how do you win in this world, but it is kind of how do you win? If you need to buy, you've got to be.
no, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm going to say this also. I tell all of my clients who don't win, it may come around again. Don't lose heart. Don't love it
Well,
too
that's
much.
true.
It can come around again. So just keep your cool. We'll keep finding things. Things are going to come on the market. It can come around again. We are at different heights all of a sudden. How did that happen?
I know. I don't know.
Here I am sitting up
Stand
straighter.
up tall, Molly Lou Mellon.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a challenging market, but I also don't think it's in anybody's best interest to overpay so much you're going to regret it later. And
No, let it
you know,
go.
you and I, you know, if we had somebody say to us, win this offer no matter what, we could make that happen. But I'm not
I
going to
know.
take
I know.
advantage, and I know you don't either.
No.
All right, everybody.
So nice seeing everyone.
Good, nice to see you all. Nice to see you all. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but we'll talk about something really good. Thank you for watching. Please share this. Subscribe to our socials. Leave comments down below. If you had a great success with your single family home or condo in Lakeview, if you have questions about buying in Lakeview, if we have any other topics you'd like us to cover, let us know that as well. I'm Ann Rossley, Kyle Harvey. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.